Hello, friends, and welcome back to the new episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady. And today we have another set of great news stories coming up, so sit back comfortably and let's get started. You don't work here, lady. Woman tries to use our store as her own Etsy shop. I worked in a large department store back before there was Etsy or any similar service for artists to open up independent shops. I worked in the back office administration, not out on the floor. One day, one of the checkout girls called me over and said they were trying to scan a lady out, but one of her items didn't have a barcode. I figured maybe it had been stuck on somewhere strange, but checked it out and didn't see anything. In fact, I didn't even recognize the item when I looked to see where I could find a second one to scan. I know the store pretty well. It was an absurdly hideous piece of almost homemade-looking costume jewelry, not like anything we offered. I thought maybe we had a new supplier I was unaware of, so I looked at the tag, and lo and behold, it was a hand-drawn price tag. So definitely not ours. There were a lot of shops in the area, so I figured someone bought it nearby and slipped it out of their bag, or they set it down on accident, and the customer assumed we were selling it because of the price tag. I figured whoever left it would be back to look for it soon. It was way overpriced, $80 for the one necklace, so I brought it to customer service and returned to the business as usual of counting the minutes to close and regretting my life choices. But as the day marched on, a few more people appeared with similar stuff. Some more jewelry mostly, one with a sweater that was actually a sweater we did sell, but with huge garish rhinestones added on that were definitely not something we offered. People kept coming to check out with lots of things we actually sold, like makeup, mirrors, handbags, and shoes, but all with unnecessary rhinestones, sequins, and beads glued on that definitely didn't come from us or from the original manufacturer. So finally, the manager just did a sweep of the store to collect anything with rhinestones on it or anything with a handmade price tag and put them in the lost and found. Though we did wonder how someone's personal belongings would become scattered all throughout the store, didn't think they could have really been accidentally lost. Our working theory is that someone got in a fight with their shopping companion and did it out of spite, like maybe a couple broke up or a sibling rivalry or something. But we'd resigned ourselves to the fact that we'd never know. Our lost and found was a single basket about the size of a TSA security bin at the airport. There was so much of this stuff that it overflowed past the top. So after a couple of days, we dumped it all in the trash. A few days after that, a middle-aged woman comes in, decked out head to toe in sequins and glitter and rhinestones with neon makeup like a sixth grader would wear in their first school dance, and asked to speak to the person in charge, identifying herself as one of your partners. I knew we were about to get some answers to the other day's mystery. So I stopped all my work. I was ready to hear how and why she ended up leaving half her wardrobe scattered around, and why anyone would voluntarily dress like that after the age of 40. So I listened to her going at it with customer service, and it became clear she had bought things here, maybe, unclear if she'd even paid for them or not, or if she'd just used things from here without paying for them. She then bedazzled them, either by purchasing them or covertly bedazzling them in the store without buying them. We never did find out which. She then put the items back on the shelves and now expected to collect a check after they were purchased, at an upsell price that she'd added on with her handmade price tag. Apparently she'd done this in a few stores and was going around with business cards claiming her designs, bedazzled versions of department store products, were sold in big department stores like Karen's Fab Designs, as seen on the shelves of Macy's, Nordstrom's, JCPenney, and more. The manager explained this was not a consignment store, and she couldn't just leave altered products here for people to buy and expect to split the money with us. She was sure that we must not understand that she had improved the items with rhinestones, thereby making them more valuable. She was sure we must just not understand that she had improved the items with rhinestones, thereby making them more valuable, and was shocked when the realization set in that we understood what she was saying, but still didn't want her doing it. She was irate, offended, threatened to break off the partnership that we did not want and did not know we had, and eventually demanded the stuff back. The most senior manager on the floor had come over by this point, not because she'd asked to speak to the person in charge, but because she was causing a scene, and none of us were sure what to do about being on her business card. Plus everyone, regardless of seniority, was equally curious about the rhinestone mystery. He explained that we'd gotten rid of the stuff because she didn't bother to explain this arrangement to any of us. We're not a pawn shop where you can hawk your personal goods. A major argument ensued. She gave us two choices. Go through the dumpster and salvage the things you threw out, or refund me the adjusted, read upcharged cost of the items you threw out. The manager then gave her two choices, leave or be escorted out by security. The manager did worry that there could be repercussions for throwing out all her stuff, since technically corporate policy was that we're supposed to hang on to lost and found items for 7 business days, so we offered her some coupons to end things on a good note. She didn't take them and screamed at us that we needed to replace everything and pay for new materials to re-bedazzle them. At that point, the manager more flatly insisted she leave. She didn't. Security had to escort her out. To our total shock, she kept telling security she worked here. And that really confused them because they'd never seen her. So they weren't sure if it was because she was crazy or if it was because she was from corporate. In other words, somebody who could fire them. We had to explain to security and her that she in fact did not work here and this partnership was non-existent. After explaining that she couldn't sell her own products here in our department store, she kept saying, "We can negotiate you a higher cut. That was just my starting offer." So after a bit, the manager just gave up on explaining and stopped engaging with her. She tried to come in every day for a week after that, to the point that we had a security guard stand right near the door to redirect her before she could even step over the threshold. She got in one more time through the fire door, with which she set the alarm off, and we had to evacuate the store. So we let her know, loud and clear, that next time the police would handle her. I guess some other stores had already made good on that promise, so she stopped coming. But she kept doing this elsewhere around town for several weeks until she was blacklisted by every store from the highest-end boutiques to the dollar store. I don't know if she didn't understand how stores worked or just didn't care, but she really created a lot of extra work for us. I will say this, many people were coming to the register to purchase her items, and that department chain is bankrupt now, so she probably has a lucrative Etsy-type store, and maybe the last laugh. I promise you didn't purchase a vibrator from our candy store. So I work at a candy shop. There's a sex shop in the neighborhood with a similar name to our store, so when I tell people where I work, I always have to add, the one that sells actual candy. This is a phone call I got today. Woman: "My name is," full name, "and I have a complaint about one of your products. Who can I speak to?" Me: "I can help you. What's the problem?" "I bought a rabbit vibrator from you and I don't know how to explain it, but..." "I'm sorry to interrupt, but you've called the wrong store. It fell apart while I was using it. I was hoping you could explain to me how to put it together so that it doesn't do that." "I'm sorry, but you've called candy store. I think you meant to call sex shop." "Right, you should still be able to help me if you sell the same products." "I'm sorry, but we're a totally separate company with totally separate products. We sell candy." "As in the food?" "We don't carry any adult products." "I called the number. I bought this yesterday, and this is the first time it's been put into use. I'm just wondering if you could help me." That doesn't change the fact that you're talking to a person who works at a store that sells candy. Hang up and call the sex shop. "Huh. If you won't help me, will the one in a different neighborhood help me?" "Sure. Good luck." And then she hangs up. No wonder she doesn't know the instructions. She literally doesn't listen to people. And our next story. Karen wants to kick my girlfriend and me out of the hotel my dad owns. This happened a few days ago. I'm a 16-year-old boy from Stuttgart, Germany. That day, I was with my girlfriend in a nearby city. Because my dad got a famous hotel there, he asked us if we'd like to stay a few more days in the city. We had holidays, so we agreed. We spent the whole day and the night in the city and had a lot of fun. Later, we wanted to check into our room. My dad reserved the President's Suite. In Germany, it's like a penthouse. Because it was late, there was only one person at reception, and we tried to check in. But that crazy lady just ignored us for like 5 minutes. Then Karen said, with that "you're not worth it" tone, "What are you little C's doing here? You surely can't pay for a night. I mean, look at you with your long t-shirt and your broken jeans." It was an oversized t-shirt and jeans with holes at the knees, but then Karen went too far and said, "Also, we don't want hoes in our hotel." My girlfriend had a hard and long time with bullies and is really sensitive. So I said, "Ma'am, my dad reserved the President's Suite for us. Could you please lower your tone? We're still human and earn some respect." Now she just laughs at us and says, haha, for sure you got the president's suite. If you don't leave right now, I'm going to call security. I agreed because I knew that a family friend works here as a security guard and said, go ahead and call security. She then called security and they arrived a few minutes later and recognized me and asked, what's going on here? I said, this crazy lady refuses to let us into our rooms. Security asked if there was a problem letting us in, and she just said, this C and this whore could never pay for the presidential suite. Now security laughs and asked if she knows who I am. She answered with a, yeah, dumb C. The security said, excuse me, you know he's the son of the owner? So Karen got kicked out, but she had to do that dramatic Karen thing, scratching a security guard and spitting in my girlfriend's face, so she got fired and is now charged with assault. We got our keys. The night was bad AF because my girlfriend cried and reproached herself the whole night and our day was ruined. Thanks for that, Karen. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.